प्रभु आप भी यहाँ माइक लगा दीजिए, दो आप भी साथ गाएंगे। तारक प्रभु को कह दीजिए चालू कर देगा। नाम हरि का नाम हरि का नाम हरि का जप ले बंदे फिर पीछे पछताएगा तू, फिर पीछे पछताएगा। नाम हरि का जप ले बंदे फिर पीछे पछताएगा तू, फिर पीछे पछताएगा। गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय,
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय।
राधारमण हरि गोविंद जय जय, गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय,
गोपाल जय जय।
नाम हरि का हो, नाम हरि का जप ले बंदे फिर पीछे पछताएगा तू, फिर पीछे पछताएगा। तू कहता है मेरी काया, काया का घुमान है क्या, चांद सा सुंदर ये तन तेरा, चांद सा सुंदर ये तन तेरा मिट्टी में मिल जाएगा। नाम हरि का जप ले बंदे फिर पीछे पछताएगा तू, फिर पीछे पछताएगा। गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय,
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय।
राधारमण हरि गोविंद जय जय,
राधारमण हरि गोविंद जय जय,
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय,
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय।
वहाँ से क्या तू लाया बंदे, वहाँ से क्या तू लाया बंदे, यहाँ से क्या ले जाएगा। मुट्ठी बांध के आया जग में, मुट्ठी बांध के आया जग में, हाथ पसार रह जाएगा। नाम हरि का जप ले बंदे फिर पीछे पछताएगा तू, फिर पीछे पछताएगा। नाम हरि का जप ले बंदे फिर पीछे पछताएगा, फिर पीछे पछताएगा। गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय,
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
बालपन में खेला खाया आई जवानी मस्त रहा मस्त रहा बालपन में खेला खाया आई जवानी मस्त रहा बूढ़ापन में रोग सताए बूढ़ापन में रोग सताए खाट पड़ा पछताएगा
नाम हरि का जप ले बंदे फिर पीछे पछताएगा तू
फिर पीछे
पछताएगा
नाम हरि का
जप ले बंदे फिर पीछे पछताएगा तू फिर पीछे पछताएगा
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय
जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
जपना है सो जप ले बंदे जपना है सो जप ले बंदे आखिर तो मिट जाएगा कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधो कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधो करनी का फल पाएगा
नाम हरि का जप ले बंदे फिर पीछे पछताएगा तू फिर पीछे पछताएगा नाम हरि का जप ले बंदे फिर पीछे पछताएगा फिर पीछे पछताएगा
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय
रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय
जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय
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 जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल 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 जय जय
जय। नाम हरि का जप ले बंदे
फिर पीछे पछताएगा, फिर पीछे पछताएगा।
चलती चक्की देख के दिया कबीरा रो, दो पाटन के बीच में बाकी बचा ना को। दो दिन का जग में मेला सब चला चली का खेला। दो दिन का जग में मेला सब चला चली का खेला रे, चला चली का खेला। हरि हरि बोल, हरि 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 बोल,
हरि हरि बोल।
मुकुंद माधव गोविंद,
मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल।
दो दिन का रे, दो दिन का जग में मेला सब चला चली का खेला। कोई चला गया कोई जावे, कोई गठरी बांध सिधावे। कोई चला गया कोई जावे, कोई गठरी बांध सिधावे। कोई चला गया कोई जावे, कोई गठरी बांध सिधावे। कोई खड़ा तैयार अकेला रे हो, कोई खड़ा तैयार अकेला रे। चला चली का खेला रे, खेला रे। दो दिन का जग में मेला सब चला चली का खेला। हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल,
हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल।
हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल,
हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल।
हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल,
हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल।
पाप कपट छल माया करके लाख करोड़ी कमाया। पाप कपट छल माया करके लाख करोड़ी
कमाया।
संग चले ना एक अढ़ेला रे, संग चले ना एक अढ़ेला रे, चला चली का खेला रे खेला रे। दो दिन का जग में मेला, सब चला चली का खेला। दो दिन का जग में मेला,
सब चला चली का केला।
हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल,
हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल,
हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल,
हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल।
केशव माधव गोविंद बोल,
केशव माधव गोविंद बोल,
मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल,
मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल।
मात पिता सुत नारी भाई, अंत सहायक नाही। सुन मात पिता सुत नारी भाई, अंत सहायक नाही। फिर क्यों भरता पाप का डेरा रे, फिर क्यों भरता पाप का डेरा रे। चला चली का खेला रे खेला रे।
दो दिन का जग में मेला, सब चला चली का केला। दो दिन का जग में मेला, सब चला चली का केला।
हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल,
हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल,
हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल,
हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल।
मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल,
मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल,
केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल,
केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल,
हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल,
हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल।
ये तो है नश्वर संसारा, कर ले कृष्ण का भजन तू प्यारा। ये तो है नश्वर संसारा, कर ले कृष्णा का भजन तू प्यारा। ब्रह्मानंद कहे सुन चेला रे, ब्रह्मानंद कहे सुन चेला रे। चला चली का खेला रे खेला रे।
दो दिन का जग में मेला, सब चला चली का केला। दो दिन का जग में मेला, सब चला चली का केला।
हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल,
हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल।
केशव माधव गोविंद बोल,
केशव माधव गोविंद बोल।
हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल,
हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल।
मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल,
मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल।
हरि हरि बोल,
हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि
बोल।
पीछे बैठ के ऐसे घूम के देखना पड़ेगा। पास में कोई बात नहीं, मैं भी बहुत दिन बाद गा रहा हूँ।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी,
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, साथ गाएंगे। पहले का मैं गाऊंगा।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
थोड़ा सा आने दीजिए अपने तरफ, आप तुरंत गाते हो ना, थोड़ा जैसे थोड़ा ब्रेक चाहिए उसमें। जैसे
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
हमें पता है बहुत उत्सुक है, लेकिन थोड़ा सा देर करे तो अच्छा है।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव, जय राधा माधव, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, कुंज बिहारी, कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ
गिरिवरधारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
You know how to keep a beat? You know how to keep beat?
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
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 गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन
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 यमुन तीर बनचारी
यमुना तीर बनचारी
यमुन तीर बनचारी
यमुना तीर बनचारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
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 गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन
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 यमुन तीर बनचारी यमुन तीर बनचारी यमुन तीर बनचारी
यमुना तीर बनचारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
बोलो गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी,
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी,
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर,
मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर,
मुरली मनोहर, 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 मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर,
मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर,
मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर,
मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर।
जय गोवर्धन धारी,
जय गोवर्धन धारी,
जय गोवर्धन धारी,
जय गोवर्धन धारी,
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी,
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी,
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी,
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी,
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 जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी,
बोलो गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी,
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी,
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे बोलो हरे
कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे राम राम
राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरे
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे विलास प्रभु
हरे राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे बोलते रहिए हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
हरे
राम 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 हरे एक और बार बोलिए साथ ओ हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
हरे
राम राम हरे हरे श्री श्री नील माधव भगवान की जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय श्री श्री गौरनिताय की जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय समवेद भक्त वृंद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंद
Hare Krishna. We are very fortunate to have Hari Bhakti Day Prabhu here. He's not a professional. He's a pure-hearted devotee. Therefore, his singing of bhajan actually touches the heart. It doesn't touch the pocket. It touches the heart. And we're very fortunate that he's here. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Thank you. Actually, the whole Hare Krishna movement is based on Harinam Sankirtan, congregational chanting of the holy names of the Lord. So this is congregational chanting. It's called reverent chanting and mystic meditation. When you get into the chanting seriously and understand there's no difference between the name of Krishna and Krishna himself, and actually you're looking at Krishna, there's no difference between the deity and Krishna, because this deity, the pran pratishtha was performed, and we're worshiping the deity not as a statue, but as Krishna is present. So there's regulated service beginning 5:30 in the morning. There's 6 offerings a day. We change the clothes every day. We have fresh garlands every day. Sometimes people say, "Whoa, you're wasting Krishna's money. Why don't you just use Chinese plastic flowers? You just have to buy them once a year." You know, complete nonsense. And why are you making all this big prasadam, cooking in ghee? It all costs a lot of money. You just give a little bit of a little white sugar thing like this. What's the name of that in India? Mishri. Yeah, just off some mishri and give mishri to the people, like they do in India. No. Of course, not all the temples do that, but a lot of them do that. Now, this is not a commercial enterprise. We're not here to make money. We're here to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we're not performing concerts. We're performing bhajan. And bhajan touches the heart. Concert is entertaining, but bhajan touches the heart. And we're not singing ghazals. A ghazal is glorifying bodily attachment and misery. The more misery, the more people cry and they say, "Oh, it touched my heart." It didn't touch the heart, it touched the body. And the heart is Krishna, you see. So when you touch the heart, tears of love come. When you touch the body, hot tears come of misery, right? And you just meditate on all the misery that I have suffered in my life. You know, the more you can remember, the more it hurts, the better the ghazal. So ghazal is something that comes from the Middle East. It's not indigenous to India. If you go to Iran, you go to Saudi Arabia, you go to Turkey, you go to all those Middle Eastern countries, that's where the ghazal came from. They're glorifying the suffering of the body and the mind. But bhajan comes from the spiritual world. Bhajan is meant to glorify Krishna. And yes, there is crying in the spiritual world, but they're not crying due to frustrated lust or anger or whatever. It's crying because of intense love for Krishna. There's a difference. And that's a very elevated subject. We're not going to speak about that today, but if you come to more classes, then you'll hear more about it. Yeah. Today we're going to discuss a very interesting topic. A gentleman came here today. I don't know if he's here or not. Was it you that came? Yeah, you came here yesterday, and we had a talk, right? And tell me if I'm right now. You said you have a friend at work who was curious to know why Hindus seem to be happy. Is that true?
Yep.
Okay. Is it because of their religion? Did he ask that or no? You just said, huh?
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yes. Okay, now this is a serious question. Now he asked me this question yesterday, and I thought I would speak about it today. Well, the answer to the question is yes. It is because of religion, but not mundane religion, Sanatan Dharma, the eternal duty that man has to God. So this was I answered it by several verses in the Bhagavad Gita. The first one is Nasti buddhira yuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavya taksantira santasya kuta sukam. This verse, second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, verse 66, Krishna says, Na asti buddhir ayuktasya. One who's not connected to Krishna cannot have transcendental intelligence, buddhir. Nacha yuktasya bhavana. And without attachment to Krishna, one cannot have a steady mind. And without both of these things, transcendental knowledge and a steady mind, one cannot have peace. And without peace, there's no possibility of happiness. So, I remember you told me, is that in the Bhagavad Gita? Right? And I said, yes. It's a shocking verse because this verse explains, number one, the cause of mental disturbance. Mental disturbance is caused by not having a final goal of life. And the earlier you have that final goal of life, the more mental health you have the rest of your life. Most people never figure out what is the final goal of life. Therefore, they keep changing their goal, their orientation, their self-identification, etc. It's very similar to a young boy that goes to a public school the first day with his baseball hat on with the visor in front like this. If you know what a visor is, that's where the long part of the baseball hat is. And then after a couple of weeks, he comes home, but the visor is turned around and it's in the back. And then after a couple months, he comes home and the visor's on the side like this. And then after some more time, he comes home and the visor is tipping like this and on a diagonal, almost falling off his head. Now once I was in this high school addressing a interfaith class, and I said, can anyone explain to me what those four positions of the visor of the baseball hat mean? And the kids looked at each other and they started laughing. One boy raised his head and he said, well, sir, when the visor is like this, it means that the person is, following the rules. They come to school on time, they do their homework, all that stuff. He said, but when it's like this, that means they're protesting against it. And when it's like this, that means they've become a gangster rocker. Now you know what a gangster rocker is. If you see the rap movies, the gangster rappers are people who glorify being a gangster and glorify all the things gangsters do. They sing rap music and they deal drugs and so many things. He said, but when it's like this, it's tipped on a diagonal, almost falling off, it means the person has become a complete dork. Now, what does that mean, a dork? You have to understand, modern slang. A dork is someone who's a very advanced idiot. They're not just an incipient idiot. They're highly advanced in idiocy in their life. In fact, everything they do is based on nonsense, right? So that boy knew the meaning of those four positions. Now, what is the actual meaning? Meaning is that young kid who's changing the position of the visor of his baseball hat is trying to figure out who he is and what culture he's trying to follow. See? So when he came, he was Om Jaya Jagadish Hare, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Pat, and so forth, right? But then he said, hey, why am I doing all this, Jai Karo, Jai Karo. Jai Karo, what the heck does that mean, Jai Karo? Why should I do it? I don't understand anything. I go and they speak, ha, hoo, ha, 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 and then all of a sudden they say, Jai Karo. And I'm not going to do Jai Karo anymore. So he's objecting, he's revolting, right? And then when he comes over here, he said, now he found his culture. His culture is, gangster rock. All the girls like the gangsters. They like the Al Capones and the black rapper and this one and that one. That's cool. And then when it go like this, if they're smoking medical marijuana, they figured out, I'm just a dopehead. And I'm just going to be silly all the time. I'll join some frat and get drunk and fall off the balcony and break my neck and be paralyzed the rest of my life and get welfare. So this is the problem of life. It is the whole principle of life. Who am I? What is my real culture? What is my duty in life? Is there a God? Is there any purpose to life other than just making money and enjoying the senses and increasing my 401k and just developing digital technologies and eventually getting so alienated from society, I'll just buy a Japanese robot and fall in love with it. See? This is where society is going today. Right? By the way, robot sales have skyrocketed. Right? That just proves the alienation of people. So, this verse says, Nasti buddhira yuktasya. If a person doesn't have a connection to Krishna, they will never have transcendental knowledge. Transcendental knowledge means you know the difference between the soul and the body. This is the fundamental obstacle to self-realization. Most people never are able to reach that first level of spiritual realization. They cannot figure the difference out between the body and the soul. The Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna begins to instruct Arjuna, after Arjuna surrenders to him, he begins by explaining in a very analytical way, called Sankhya Yoga, Sankhya philosophy, the difference between the body and the soul. And he says that what pervades the body with consciousness is a symptom of the soul's presence. And it's not something material. It's something spiritual. The soul is eternal. It was never born and it never dies. It cannot be killed, it cannot be cut, it cannot be withered, it cannot in any way be destroyed. That is the beginning of spiritual life. And most people never make that first step. They go through all their life thinking, and let me tell you, who are the worst, let's say, betrayers of this simple logic? They are the richest billionaires in Silicon Valley. They're all looking for a way to perpetuate existence in this body through cryonics, through nanotechnology, through robotics, through downloading one's brain into a digital chip and then putting that into a Japanese robot that looks exactly like them, right? Their only fear are the Ukrainian hackers. If they can hack that computer, it'll end up in the junkyard of history, see? However, these are the dumbest people in the world. Even dumber than them is Stephen Hawking. He said, life on the earth is not sustainable anymore. We have to all move to the moon. Well, Steve, you go first and tell us if there are any Starbucks up there. You know, these are crazy people. You're going to go to the moon? You're going to abandon the earth? No, let's figure out how to stop all the environmental nonsense here and make this place livable again. Of course, Gandhi wanted to do this. His plan was, let us decentralize India and go back to the self-sustaining village model. That was his plan. Nehru's model was, let's industrialize India, centralize it, like the British have done with the railroad system, bring as many people as possible into Delhi, into Chennai, into Bangalore, into Mumbai, into Pune, into this place, into that place, you know, fill it up with people and toxicity and environmental, let's say, disaster, and get them all working in little apartments and drinking second-grade water. You can't even get milk anymore in India. A lot of people tell me, look, Prabhu, this milk we're getting from the farm, we can't get this in India. Is that true? Yeah, it's true. So we can't even get this in India anymore. What do you get in India? You get white chalk mixed with water. Say. So here we have a dilemma. Gandhi wanted to decentralize India and go back to the village model. Now, what's the advantage of the village? You can have 4 to 5 generations of family living together, working together, cooperating, maintaining their traditional culture, right? And living a simple, happy life. Simple living, high thinking, right? You go to the other model, everyone goes to the big cities, gets PhDs and master's degrees and a Microsoft certification. All of a sudden, the children live, one lives in Japan, one lives in New York, one lives in South America, one's working in Russia, right? And they all meet once every 5 years for about 2 weeks. And then they all go again. Right? So, which model is more sustainable? Which model is more close to the heart? Which model is more humane? See? What do you think, Prabhu? Village model, of course. So, one cannot understand the value of that village model unless they have a relationship with Krishna. Why? Because when you have a relationship with Krishna, you know what the final goal of life is. Therefore, you simplify your life to be able to reach that goal. What is that goal? Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita, Tasmat sarve sukale sumam amnusmaran yudyacha mai arpita mano buddhir mam ivaisasya samsaya. Arjuna, at all times, think of me and do your duty. With your mind and intelligence fixed on me, surely you will come back to me. So the goal of human life is to be able to fix our mind on Krishna. Now, is that something possible? Yes, because other people have proven to us that it's possible. Because all you have to do is have channel television, and you see that there are 24-hour channels for sports, for business, for shopping, for movies, for what else? Weather, news, right? What else? Golf. You see? So, people are paying for 24-hour, let's call it entertainment. Now, there's one person that was working in my factory. He always had a little radio next to him, and the radio was always on the sports channel. The whole time he would work in the factory, he was listening to sports. Who won this basketball game? Who won that football game? Who won that baseball game, right? And then the sports commentators were talking about this guy's average, that guy's average, this guy, might be traded, and that other company might buy, and that other sports club. 24 hours a day he's listening to sports. So, therefore, is it possible, therefore, for someone to meditate on Krishna 24 hours a day? Yes! They proved it to us. The businessman is thinking 24 hours a day how to make more money. Let's say the man that abuses women is thinking 24 hours a day, who's the next victim? The person who wants to become the next Bill Gates is thinking 24 hours a day, how I'm going to do it, right? So, it is possible to meditate on something 24 hours a day and still function in society. The businessman is thinking 24 hours a day how to make money, but yet he's still a husband, he's still a father, he's still a son, he's still a CEO, he's still this, he's still that. He's functioning inside, but in the back of the mind, the wheels are turning. How to make more money. And the drug addict is thinking 24 hours a day, how am I going to get my next fix? You see. So it's possible to fix the mind on one thing 24 hours a day and still function in society. Now the question is, what's the best thing to fix the mind on? Yes. Is there anything more beautiful than Krishna? Is there anything more cultural, more musical, more poetic, more philosophic, more heartwarming than Krishna? No, there isn't. So that is the natural choice that we should make in our life. So once we fix our final goal in life, we are no longer subject to dualities. If you look at Arjuna's problem, due to his family attachment, he became paralyzed. He was not able to follow Krishna's order. Krishna, God, is standing right in front of him and is saying, Arjuna, stop crying, stop wailing, stop whining, just follow my order. And Arjuna throws down his bow and arrow and says, I'm not going to do it. But Arjuna's saving grace was, he said, I don't know what to do, so I'm not going to be able to figure this out. But Krishna, I'm willing to accept you as my guru. You tell me, you first of all clear away all my doubts, and then you tell me what to do. So, out of love, Krishna very patiently, in the middle of the battlefield, during 1 hour, explains the entire Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, and Arjuna, being an exceptional person, listens very, very seriously, and he understands. And at the end, he says, Nasta moha smritir labva tat prasadat mayuchyata stita asmi gata sandeha karishya vachanam tava. Now my whole illusion is eliminated. Now I know who I am. I'm your eternal servant. This is your real prasad, Krishna. Some people think prasad means only food. No, the highest prasad is buddhi. It's transcendental knowledge. That's the best prasad. Because then all the doubts of life go away, and one becomes able to figure things out correctly on their own. So now I'm going to teach you 6 points of logic by which you, if you follow them, you'll never make a mistake in life. And you should, and we teach this to our kids' class every Saturday and Sunday, but it's important that the adults learn these 6 points of logic. Now, if you study logic in college, they teach you, if A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. Now, you don't understand anything by studying that. It doesn't help you in normal life to figure out what's right and wrong. But the following 6 points of logic, if you learn them, you'll be able not to make any mistakes in life. And that's a great, great thing to learn, especially if you're very young. But it's good to learn even if you're very old, because it'll solve a lot of problems. So the first point of logic, Hare Krishna, thank you. Anukulyana sankalpa. Accept only those things that are favorable for Krishna consciousness. Pratikulyena varjana. Give up everything that's unfavorable for Krishna consciousness. Number 3, smartavya satatam Vishnu. Always remember Krishna. Vishmartavyu najatuchit. Never forget Krishna. Number 5, samsiddhir haritoshana. Only perform those activities that are pleasing to Lord Hari. And number 6 is sadhu, guru, sadhu, shastra, guru, vaikya, chitete, koriya, aikya. Always use the triangle of verification to determine if something is true or false. What is the triangle of verification? It's sadhu, it's Krishna's words, previous acharyas, and the present gurus, Shiksha and Diksha Guru. If they confirm and concur something, and you close the triangle, you know it's true. And if you can't close the triangle, you know it's not true. Like, for example, someone might tell your kid, who you teach these 6 principles of logic to, hey, man, it's really cool to smoke marijuana. You'll be part of our group. You'll be one of us. And if you don't, we won't talk to you anymore, and you won't be one of us. Well, click, 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 click. Krishna says, no gambling, no meat eating, no illicit connections, and no intoxication. Marijuana is intoxication. No. The acharyas, you can go Alvars, you can go Ramanujacharya, Yamunacharya, you can go Vaishnavacharyas, you can go Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnavacharyas, you can go Nimbarkacharya and Madhvacharya, and you can Vishnu Swami, you can Tulsidas, Anamacharya, Tyagarajan. They all concur. Marijuana is zero benefit for spiritual life. Right? On the other hand, Garam Dud is very helpful, but marijuana is zero. So the kid says, and then present bona fide guru, he also says, no, my dear son, don't do that. So he can't close the triangle, therefore he says no. Now, we have to learn to say yes to Krishna and no to nonsense. That's education. Say, okay, so now, once we fixed our unique goal in life, the final goal of our life, then everything falls into place. We make all the decisions in our life to favor reaching that goal. People who are most successful in life know how to fix their mind on a goal, organize everything in their life to reach that goal, and they reach it. Those are the most successful people in life. And the greatest successes in this world are the acharyas. They fix the goal of Krishna or Narayana or Rama. They organize their life to reach that goal. And they reached that goal, and with their success, many thousands and millions of other people also were benefited. Just like our Srila Prabhupada. His goal was to glorify Krishna. And how did he glorify Krishna? By bhajan, with prasadam, with deity worship, with bona fide Vedic literatures, with festivals, with Upanayanam, Dikshadan and Upanayanam, and so forth. And he has benefited hundreds and thousands and millions of people. One person. Every one of us is capable of doing the same thing. Yes. Every one of us is capable of being even more powerful than the sun. Why do I say that? Because Surya, or Vivaswan, is a jiva like us. But by his exemplary devotion to Krishna, he controls the sun. He rides his chariot every day and pulls the sun from the east to the west. And we see it every day. It's a miracle. All life in the universe is sustained by the sun. The sun is the source of infinite energy, and it's controlled by a jiva like us. But a jiva who's perfected himself by devotion. And then there's Brahma. Brahma is also a jiva like us. A jiva is a person who is not God, but who has the tendency or the potential to receive the mercy of God, to do wonderful things. So, we are jivas, and we all have the same destiny as Brahma or Shiva or Shiva is a little special, but Brahma or Surya or Narada Muni, we have the same potential. We don't realize our potential only because of mundane attachment. Once we break mundane attachment, by using everything in the service of Krishna, we become liberated. That is called the art of work, by which you break the cycle of karma, and you break the cycle of suffering, and you become liberated in this world, even in this body. So, the next point is, with transcendental intelligence and a steady mind, which has a fixed final goal in life, which is samsiddhir haritoshanam, to please Krishna. At that point, one attains peace, shanti. This is real peace, not some false shanti, but it's real peace. Nothing can disturb you when you are fixed in the determination to please Krishna, because Krishna becomes your friend and he protects you. He tells Arjuna, Konteya pratijanihi nami bhakta pranashyati. Declare boldly, Arjuna, that my devotee will never perish. So he promises to protect his devotee. Now I'm going to ask my friend and my dear god brother here, Radhika Gopinath Prabhu, to relate a little anecdote that he experienced. And this relates very closely to the subject today.
Hare Krishna. Actually, everybody should come closer so that people who join can join in the back. So I created movement now. No, I didn't create anything. So I was on this flight from East Coast coming to Seattle, coming back to Seattle on Friday night. And there was this person next to me. He is a Western gentleman, and he is doing some business here. Primarily his business was, since Seattle legalized marijuana, he wants to kind of come and check it out here. So there are people who travel all the way from East Coast to Seattle because this is a pretty bad place actually. You may think it looks very nice. So he was saying that, we got into conversation, he pulled out, it's a new gold rush, yes. So he took out a packet, and then I read the label, it said beef jerky, so he ate his beef. And then he got into discussion. I was chanting. So he said, what are you doing? I said, I'm chanting Hare Krishna. So he said, he gave me a book and I wrote down the mantra for him. He said, he's exploring life. And I said, what do you do? He said, I grew up as a Lutheran Christian, but I'm picking things from all the other aspects. So he said he picked up eating meat from Christianity, meditation from Buddhism. So he's listed a whole list of things, nasty things. And he said, I create my own religion. So I take what I like from each of the religion and I create my own mixed masala. Basically, he wanted to create his own religion. So this is what's happening. Srila Prabhupada cautioned us from doing that. And I never understood that. But when I talked to this individual we spent about 4.5 hours together on the same flight. So we had enough time to talk. He was reading a book called Happiness. It's a big glossy cover, like A4 size. A4 means the standard printer paper. And since I had enough time, I said, can I borrow your book? So he lent his book to me. So I started reading. In that, and now I know why he behaves like that, because he reads this kind of gobbledygook. In that it said, yeah, Hinduism brought this, Taoism brought this, Judaism brought this, and so on. But you don't have to follow anything. You don't have to follow any authority. The first point is don't follow any authority. Second point was you should eat as much meat as possible. So this was obviously written by an atheist. So he had his whole atheist philosophy in a very thick book on how to be happy. Be nice, open the door when somebody's walking behind you. It sounds very good. But essentially what he's doing is these authors are introducing atheism and countering the spiritual life. Yeah, pick and choose. So the other point the atheist was saying is, you pick whatever you want from different religious themes. So you can pick whatever you like, and you don't like something, you just don't pick it. So now I know why he behaved the way he is behaving. Lutheran Christian, but he had no idea about the Bible. So I, matter of fact, was teaching him what is in the Bible to a Lutheran Christian. And he had no idea about Buddhism either, but he's just trying to satisfy his senses. He's picking whatever he wants to pick, which is the biggest nonsense that's going on in the world today. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. So these are real life testimonies. The theme, no God, no master, has been around for 120, 130 years in the Western world, where the rejection of authority and the acceptance of mental speculation to try and figure out what the truth is. It is impossible to figure out the truth with mental speculation. Mental speculation means you don't know, but you just make up a theory. And as long as you can get enough people to believe your theory, then you start believing it yourself, you say. But there's no factual basis to it. So then Krishna, once we have our final goal, then disturbance of the mind goes away, and we become convinced of three things. Krishna is the ultimate beneficiary of all our actions and our sacrifices, our penances, our charity, everything. 2, Krishna is the ultimate proprietor, including our body, our senses, our mind, intelligence. Therefore, real knowledge is to learn how to use everything that God has given us correctly in His service. And number 3, that Krishna is our ultimate greatest benefactor. We cannot do anything without the help of God. We cannot do pious activities, and we cannot do sinful activities without God's help. That's why Krishna says, Sarvasya chaham hridi sanivisto matak smritir jnanam apahanam ja. Krishna says, I dwelling in the heart am the source of knowledge, remembrance, and forgetfulness. So, for people who are sincere and want to approach God, Krishna gives them the knowledge that's innate in the heart. Krishna is in the heart as Paramatma. He's the source of all knowledge. And He gives us the memory to remember that knowledge when we need it the most, when we're faced with decisions to make in life. Just like Karna, because he lied to his guru cursed him that everything he had taught him, he would forget when he needed it the most. See? So he taught him how to use many different astras, and he taught him all kinds of strategies to win in battle. But when he needed it the most, he forgot. See? So Krishna helps us when we want to be sinful. You cannot be sinful unless you completely forget God. Otherwise you have a conscience and you feel guilty. So Krishna helps us to forget Him so that we can engage in sinful activity. See? Now this should be the greatest fear of every parent. A parent should fear that my child falls into unholy association, and in that association begins to doubt everything we've tried to teach the child, and eventually forgets everything, and with impunity engages in sinful activities. That's the greatest fear of a parent, right? However, if we teach the child right as early as possible these 6 points of logic, and let the child learn, in the company of the parent, knowledge of Krishna. In other words, spiritual education is not a professional academic discipline. Spiritual education is revealed knowledge. As we surrender to the Lord, He reveals Himself proportionately to us. So it's not an academic process. This is what is not understood by most people. I didn't understand it for many years. I understood the principle, but I didn't understand how it actually worked until you actually begin to surrender to the Lord. Surrender means you reorient your activities, especially in your spare time, to chanting Hare Krishna, regularly reading Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, accepting only holy prasadam as food, and coming to the temple regularly to do service, seva. Then you chant Hare Krishna, you associate with Krishna, you engage in Krishna's service, you think about Krishna, you learn to glorify Krishna with choice prayers, you become Krishna conscious. So, therefore, when parents sit down with their children and together learn Krishna consciousness, then it's real. It's just like a father and mother telling the kid, hey, it's time to do your homework. Go do your homework now. Get down and do that homework, And the kid's saying, they're telling me to do homework and they're watching television. Does that make sense? I mean, kids are not stupid. They say, look, I'm not going to, when I get older, I'm going to be just like them, I'm not going to, now they're forcing me to do it, but later on I won't do it, out of revolt. So, a family that prays together stays together, right? So this praying together, this was the original culture of India, called Sanatana Dharma. The family life was oriented around the temple. You go to Sri Rangam, you go to Madurai, you go to Tirupati, you go to any of the ancient cities that are still existing, the whole architectural plan of the city was built around the temple. And all the different classes of people cooperated with each other to serve the temple. All the arts, crafts, professions, culture of India was based on temple. Whether it's Bharatnatyam, whether it's Kuchipudi, whether it's Odissi dance, whether it's Carnatic singing, whether it's Hindustani singing, whether it's Puranjana or Annamacharya or Tyagarajan or Narottam Das Thakur or Tulsidas, it's all based on culture of the temple. See? Why can't people understand that? Sometimes I'm amazed, this was Prabhupada's genius. When he brought his white elephant American disciples to India, it shocked the people in India. They said, what the heck's going on here? We're trying to become like them, and they're trying to become like us. This doesn't make sense. Maybe we missed something. See? So that was Prabhupada's genius. See? And it's hopefully it's working. But other forces are at work. What are the forces that are working against this Sanatana Dharma? Well, they're not so much the outside forces, they're the inside forces working against it. The greatest antagonists to Sanatana Dharma are the Hindus themselves. And I've written a book about this. And it's very important to understand. First of all, in modern times, and you're not going to like this statement, but I'm going to make it, there's very little difference between the Muslims and the Hindus. Very little difference. Both the Muslims and the Hindus are in the Asirbat business. And the Buddhists also, and the Christians. The Asirbat business is a very lucrative business. Everyone is looking for the Archana or the Asirbat, the blessing, to improve their health, to improve their business. Ayur, Arogya, Aishwarya. Right? Now, this thing has poisoned not only Hinduism, it's poisoned Christianity, it's poisoned Buddhism, it's poisoned Islam. And unless we can put our finger on the poison, we'll never be able to get rid of it. Religion is not about what God can do for me. This was a famous statement that John F. Kennedy made. He said, don't think what your country can do for you. You think what you can do for your country. Well, that's a pejorative way of putting it. But in the 18th chapter, 6th verse of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Yagyadana tapa karma natyajam karyam evata. It said, all activities of sacrifice, charity, austerity, and all activities of, let's say, pious activities, should never be given up. And then he says, Etanyapi tu karmani sangam tyakva falanicha kartavyani time parta nishchitam matam uttamam. This is 18th chapter, 6th verse, Bhagavad Gita. All these activities, yagyadana, tapa, karma, should be performed without attachment or any expectation of result. They should be performed as a matter of duty, O son of Prita. That is my final opinion. And in the explanation, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami writes, although all sacrifices are purifying, one should not expect any result by such performances. In other words, all sacrifices which are meant for material advancement in life should be given up. But sacrifices that purify one's existence and elevate one to the spiritual plane should not be stopped. Everything that leads to Krishna consciousness must be encouraged. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, also it is said that any activity which leads to devotional service to the Lord should be accepted. That is the highest criterion of religion. A devotee of the Lord should accept any kind of work, sacrifice, or charity which will help him in the discharge of devotional service to the Lord. So, Ayur Arogya Aishwarya is not actually Asirbad. It's a type of curse that keeps a person more in material nature, in the material world, subject to the cycle of karma and the cycle of suffering. Now, I'm going to very quickly explain what the cycle of karma is. It's very important to understand. Karma means that as long as we perform actions for our own personal benefit, there's always going to be a reaction. It can be good or it can be bad. But both reactions keep us in the cycle of birth and death. Because to get the good reactions, you have to take birth again to get them. To do bad reactions, you have to take birth again. So good, pious, and impious activities do not solve the problems of life, which are birth, death, old age, and disease. However, actions that are performed without any self-interest, but only meant to please Lord Krishna or Narayana or Rama, are liberating, because they're based on unselfish acts of devotion performed out of love for the Lord. Now, put yourself in the place of God. Let's say there are two people that you call friends. One friend always comes to you and tries to take something from you. And the other friend always comes to you to give you something. Which friend would you prefer? Huh? The one who's giving all the time. Yeah, the one who's giving. Like, let's say you have a grandmother. Every time you see her, she said, oh, Pyar, come here. Ai, jo khao. You know. So, that's an act of love. She's not saying, I need some more money. Buy me a new scarf. No, she's always offering you food, place to stay, and loving words and support. So, you always prefer the friend that is giving out of love, not with any self-interest. So, by analyzing yourself, you can understand something about God. Because we have 78% of the qualities of God, because we're coming from Krishna. We're part and parcel of Krishna. Mamaevam sa jiva loka, jiva bhuta sanatana. Our soul is eternal because it's coming from Krishna. We were never born and we never die. Only the temporary body is born and dies. So we have many of the same qualities of God. So now analyze ourselves. If you analyze yourself honestly, you'll understand 78% who God is. So if you like the person who's always giving, now imagine people praying to God. Hey Balaji, my business is not doing good. Please, I'm going to give you, I'll give you 50% of the business. You please make it successful. There was one man that did pray like that. It was not for his business. He wanted to win the Indian National Lottery. So he did win. He won second place. So he went to Balaji and said, hey Balaji, thank you very much. Thank you for giving the second position. You already have taken your half, so thank you very much. Goodbye. So people are always very, very clever, right? Don't be clever with Bhagavan. Don't try and trick Bhagavan. Bhagavan is the greatest trickster in the world. So we should be convinced that giving, you're never a loser by giving to Krishna. You're only a loser by not giving to Krishna. See? Because Krishna is not an unworthy recipient of charity. Krishna is the giver of prasad. And the greatest prasad is transcendental knowledge, by which we lose our attraction to mundane, filthy activities and thoughts and desires, and replace them with transcendental, positive, clean, and loving desires and thoughts. The mind is where we actually experience life. The mind that's fixed on Krishna is a purified, transcendental friend. And the mind that's fixed on sense gratification is a filthy, contaminated enemy of our soul. We should be convinced of that fact. People get in trouble because of filthy desires, not because of pure desires. Okay, so now that we know that one of the major flaws of modern practice of religion is coming to God and asking for something. If you study the great Acharya's prayers, they're not asking, they're glorifying. It takes great culture to glorify God. It doesn't take great anything. It doesn't even take great intelligence to ask, give me this, give me that, give me more. It's not enough. I want more. You know, the gimme prayer, it doesn't require any culture. It doesn't require any intelligence. But the glorification prayer requires tremendous amount of culture and knowledge. So we should pray tonight that we serve Krishna with pure desires, have complete confidence that Krishna will protect us, and always be very, very pleased by Krishna Prasad. If we're satisfied with Krishna Prasad, then we'll attain real peace and happiness in life. And without peace and happiness, there's no possibility of attaining love. So that should be our goal. Peace, happiness, and love through Krishna consciousness. And then the ultimate goal, sharing that with others. You start with family members, and then you start with all people. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So is Hari Bhakti here? Is he going to lead Kirtan? Is he here? He's coming? Okay, good. Are there any questions anyone want to ask? Any questions or comments? Go ahead, Prabhu. Let's say something.
Yeah, it was. I think it's a spiritual, real spiritual. We are getting the spiritual university.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Hari Bol.
इस साइड से लगेगा ना Hare Krishna. Everybody wants to stand up for Aarti. Thank you.
Namrata.
जय राधा नील माधव राधा नील माधव श्री राधे जय राधा नील माधव राधा नील माधव श्री राधे जय राधा नील माधव राधा नील माधव श्री राधे जय सीता राम लक्ष्मण हनुमान सीता राम लक्ष्मण हनुमान गौर निताय, गौर निताय, गौर निताय, जय गौर निताय। जय जय प्रभुपाद, 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 जय प्रभुपाद। कि बजयो जयो गौरा चांदे आरती का शोभा।
आरती के लिए बड़ा वाला बजे
जाहन भी तट बनी जगमन लोभा। जाहन जाहन भी तट बने जगमन लोभा। जाहन जयो जयो गौरा चांदेर आरती का शोभा। जयो जयो गौरा चांदेर आरती का शोभा। जाहन भी तट बने जगमन लोभा। जग जन मनोलोभा। जग गौरांगेर आरतीर शोभा। जग जन मनोलोभा। गौरांगेर आरतीर शोभा। निथाई चाँद बाम गदाधर। निकटे अद्वैत श्रीनि वास छत्र धर। আছেন গৌরা চাঁদ রত্ন সিংহাসনে। বসে আছেন গৌরা চাঁদ রত্ন সিংহাসনে। আরতি করেন ব্রহ্মা আদিদেব গানে। আরতি করেন ব্রহ্মা আদিদেব मथुराय संजया मुकुंदा वासु कुशय अधिकाय बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करुता चंद्राजीनी बदन उज्ज्वल गल देश के बनमाला करे झन महल प्रेमे गद भक्ति में न देखे बुरा संपाद चांदेर आरती कशो कटपने जग मन कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणी चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर
Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे